Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hotline Classic Remastered. This time we take a look at the 1996 Chevrolet Corvette Gran Sport. Some may call this the most iconic Corvette of all time, and I'd be inclined to agree. This blue with the white stripes, the little red decal there, yeah, this is a pretty iconic car. It is not my favourite C4 though, that would be the ZR1, which I think is far more interesting, but the C4 is my favourite of all the Corvettes. These late C4s, just something about the way they look, it's perfect. It is peak Corvette for me. That being said, while I am a big fan of this car, I am very scared of this car because it has 677 horsepower, an awful lot of torque, 1,331 kilos. It is rear-wheel drive, because of course it is. Yeah. Scared of this. Definitely scared of this. In case you're wondering, the Corvette that's going to run the race mod is the standard Corvette Coupe, because that one works out to be the best one statistically. So there you go. The ZR1 makes more power from stock, but actually when you fully upgrade the ZR1, it isn't quite as powerful as this, and this weighs more than the standard Corvette Coupe. So there you go. In case you're wondering, these have red interiors in real life as well, which looks mental. Anyway, speaking of mental, here we go. This car is going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Toyota Celica rally car, setting the time on 27.552. This Corvette is not beating that. We've had a Viper go around here before, which is a direct comparison to this. That was a race car and that was terrible to drive, so yeah, this is already shaping up to be a bit of a painful episode for C4 lovers like myself. Yeah. Now, there is something to suggest this car might have been okay. The Camaro 30th Anniversary Edition did do very well indeed around here, actually. That was a very quick car, but that car was quick because it was heavy and it had a dual gearbox, which means the power never caused it problems, and because it made so much torque, it could get out of the corners really well. This doesn't have that, and also I have to use first gear in this. 30.777 on its first lap. If that was a 666, I'd be inclined to leave it there. This is going to be a really hard car to push more lap time out of because the handling is so knife edge. If this was 4-wheel drive, I know, weird thing to bring up, but if this was 4-wheel drive, this would probably be in contention for the top spot because this engine power is monstrous. It really is. Like, even down the straights and stuff through the little speed, higher speed traps, whatever you want to call it. It is very quick. I mean, it's over 12 kilometers up on that Integra, but through the corners, it is barbaric to drive. Not very good at all. And again, if I was using a controller with, if I was using the triggers to accelerate, as I now know that you can do, so thank you all people to point that in the comment section. But unfortunately, it's a bit late in the series for to start doing that, because some cars would gain a monstrous advantage, and this Corvette would definitely be one of them. This Corvette would be insanely good with actual like input, but with the analog input that I am using for the throttle, which basically means it's on off, it's terrible. I am going to try. Come on. Final lap, Corvette. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. Just be controllable for a little bit. Come on. So you have to be really careful to be controllable but not just slow, which is, I think, the problem with this car, is it is just a bit slow. There probably is acres more lap time out of that, do not get me wrong. Or, sorry, this is an American car. There is feet more in this, but I can't extract it. I can't do that. That is... I think that second lap was pretty bob on, to be honest with you. I very impressed with my ability to control it that well. I think that was sort of the one and done lap for this car. I just can't extract. The more you try and push it, the worse it gets, and it just isn't good enough, really, to, yeah. It's better than, like, a car with a Stage 4 turbo, where that would just, like, you'd make no power whatsoever. So at least you've got the torque on your side, but it just spins its tyres, and that's all it does. And unfortunately, that means it isn't very quick. 30.777 places it into a 98th place. Goes in between a Mugen S2000 and the Honda Civic EG. It's quicker than a Dodge Copperhead, which, to be fair, is actually a pretty big achievement for this. There's a lot of sort of nutter cars around here that aren't quick because they're uncontrollable. Stuff like the MR2 GTS is sort of around here, but yeah, it's just not controllable. That's it. It just, honestly, it's just out of control. Okay, so in my mind, this should be the worst one, because the ZR1, purely on account of it having a different engine, I'm hoping that means it's a little bit more drivable. And the other one having race mod may also help a little bit through that first sector, just so it has a bit of downforce, because you could see, like, even when I was turning in, like, the rear end was kicking out on it, which was crazy. But, yeah. Not good. Anyways, that's it for this episode of the Hot Lap Classic. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.